Selena Gomez is reportedly hooking up with Charlie Puth, but what about Justin Bieber?
It's pointed out a painting of a woman that looks just like Selena in Charlie's video for how long?
Fuck you, Justin Bieber.
Charlie Puth opens up about his fling with Selena Gomez, says it really messed him up.
Good, bro. We never really got to talk about just like years ago when you said fuck you on stage to me.
What, you're talking about that shit 6 years ago?
Yeah, but it hurt my feelings.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposing SMG. Celebrities have sure kept us busy these past few weeks, and once we thought things would slow down, we get Justin Bieber calling out Charlie Puth on Instagram for his comment 6 years ago when Charlie shouted "F*** Justin Bieber" on stage in 2016.
Fuck you, Justin Bieber.
This isn't the first time we've talked about Justin or Charlie, and it isn't the first time we find a common connection between those two. What was it again? Oh yes, they were both obsessed with our favorite homegirl, Selena Gomez. The devil works hard, but Selena Gomez works harder. So let's break this apart. What is going on with Charlie Puth and Justin Bieber? Are these two still friends? Is Justin actually upset with what Charlie Puth said, and why was there beef to begin with? And how/why is Selena Gomez involved in this? Well, you might want to watch till the end because we will be breaking down and answering every single one of those questions. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and let us know down in the comments below what you think about this whole situation. Do you agree with Justin for calling out Charlie Puth over past beef, or do you think Justin takes an immature approach to everything he does? Let's go back to a wonderful time. Close your eyes and think of the Purpose Tour. Think of Selena's revival era, and think of Charlie and Selena rumored to be dating. Ah yes, good times. Back in 2016, Charlie and Selena collaborated on a song called "We Don't Talk Anymore." It's a nice song, go listen to it. She recorded the song in his closet and it just went on from there. They became super close in a short time span, and Charlie fell so hard for Selena. And this is public information, so save your little "that's a lie" comments. This is something Charlie has literally said, and from this little fling with Selena, Charlie wrote a bunch of songs about her. Yes, this is all still public news. He fell so hard for her to the point where he was always 12 seconds away from screaming it to someone new. So during their little fling, Selena opened up about her relationship with Justin to Charlie. This was around the time that Justin and Selena would also randomly meet up, and it was always, "Are you guys together or not?" So I'm guessing during this little fling of theirs, Charlie asked about Justin, or Selena just spoke about him to Charlie. This is something Charlie alludes to, and we'll get to that in a moment. While Charlie was completely fascinated by Selena and hurt by whatever she told him about Justin, he decided to go out and make a public statement. That night, he went on stage and said, "F*** you, Justin Bieber."
Fuck you, Justin Bieber.
And the cherry on top was that he did it while performing his collab with Selena, "We Don't Talk Anymore." So, obviously, Charlie's hanging out with Selena, rumors of them dating have been surfacing, and all of a sudden he publicly disses Justin? Yeah. Tell me your ex is trashing you to other people without telling me your ex is trashing you to other people. In Charlie's Genius interview, he goes into detail about what his song Attention means, and he basically said that this girl, aka Selena, but nobody really wants to admit that, sort of painted a story of her ex as the bad boy who hurt her, and she made Charlie feel like he was going to be the guy that could fix her. He also went on to say that Selena knew she had a powerful hold on him and maybe used that to her own advantage. This is also something that Charlie alludes to in his other songs. Attention alone literally screams, "Hey everyone, this song is about Selena Gomez." And the genius interview that Charlie gave is basically him saying, "For the people in the back who didn't hear me, I said the song is about Selena Gomez." We have a whole post going into detail about what Charlie said exactly, and we also have a video on it if you want to watch that and picture a little movie. But for the sake of repeating info, let's move on. In How Long, Charlie puts a painting of a girl in his music video that resembles Selena to the detail. Charlie says, "How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady, I've been feeling it lately." And then in I Warned Myself, Charlie talks about the Selena/Justin situation. He says, "You mess with my heart, now you're the reason why. Do you remember when you told me I don't have to worry? He's overseas out on his tour, he'll be okay without me. You said you had nothing to hide, that you left him long ago. I should have known that was a lie." Yikes. Yeah, so that literally confirmed the story, especially because when Charlie and Selena were hanging out, it was at the end of December to mid-2016, and Justin started tour in March 2016 till September 2017. So now that that was confirmed, you know when they say victims gotta stick together? I'm kidding, but that's kind of how it happened. Here's what I think happened. When Charlie and Selena fell off and Charlie had this harsh awakening, he must have thought to himself, you know what? Justin Bieber actually wasn't the bad guy I was led on to believe he was. And when Justin realized that Charlie called him out under the influence of Selena, he must have thought, oh, he's not a bad guy, he just didn't know me. Because after that, Justin posted a screenshot of him listening to Charlie's hit Attention. And then Charlie started supporting Justin publicly as well. A year after Charlie said "fuck you" to Justin, he went on record to apologize and even say that he's a big fan of Justin's. He says, "There might have been a lot of emotion that night, a lot of thoughts going through my head, and maybe, just sort of maybe, I shouldn't have said that." Then he goes on to say, "It's really not fair to him." Charlie has also said that ever since that, they've had positive interactions, and in recent times, they're even friends. In a video shared on Justin's Instagram on January 31st, the kid Leroy is seen talking to Charlie on FaceTime when Justin asks him to hand the phone over. After saying their hellos, Justin says, "We never really got to talk about years ago when you said "fuck you" on stage to me." When Charlie begins to laugh, Justin says, "I don't think it's very funny, to be honest." Charlie then says, "Wait, you're talking about that shit from 6 years ago? That was a joke." Justin then explained that the situation hurt his feelings. Charlie then went, "Bro, you can't be serious. That wasn't real. That was a thing that got completely blown out of proportion." Then Charlie said, "I also can't tell if you're joking right now," which made Justin and the kid Leroy burst into laughter. Then Justin made that public by posting it on his Instagram account and captioning the prank, @Charlie Puth, "You know you had it coming," with a bunch of laughing emojis.
I'm here with Justin. You want to say what's up real quick?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, man?
What's happening, buddy?
How are you, bro? Good, bro. We never really got to talk about just like years ago when you said "fuck you" on stage to me. I don't think it's very funny, to be honest.
Wait, you talking about that shit 6 years ago?
Yeah,
That was a joke.
I know, but it hurt my feelings.
Bro, you can't be serious. That wasn't real. That was like a fucking thing that got completely blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
I also can't tell if you're joking right now.
Wow.
So, it's safe to say the beef was very short-lived, and Justin and Charlie are actually friends and have even worked together. Charlie co-wrote Justin and the Kid Leroy's hit song Stay, and the song went on to debut at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, and then charted number 1 in August, where it stayed there for 7 weeks. What do you guys think of this interaction? Do you think Charlie deserved to get called out, or did you just find the whole thing funny like we did? Make sure to leave your comments down below. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.